This 26-year-old Ukrainian soldier is 6 months into a difficult recovery after losing most of his leg to an anti-personnel landmine. But despite Oleksiy's injuries, he said Ukraine is right to withdraw from a treaty banning such weapons. At a rehabilitation center for wounded service personnel in Kyiv, he said Russia does not adhere to any conventions, so why should we? Facing challenges in securing new U.S. supplies of artillery and munitions, and not enough new recruits to hold the frontline positions, Kyiv announced its withdrawal from the Ottawa Convention banning anti-personnel landmines on June 29th. Military analysts and a Ukrainian unit commander said that doing so could help slow the Russian advances Kyiv is struggling to contain over 3 years after Moscow's full-scale invasion. Oleksiy, who gave only his first name in line with Ukrainian military requirements, said the potential reward of mines stopping Russian advances was worth the risks involved in deploying them. Oleksiy set off a mine while defending a patch of forest in territory Ukraine held in Russia's Kursk region at the time. He did not say who set the mine. Russia is not party to the treaty, and military analysts, rights groups, and Ukrainian soldiers say it has been using anti-personnel mines widely. Ukraine's defense ministry did not respond to a request for comment on whether it already deploys such munitions, their battlefield usefulness, and criticism of the move. Ukraine widely uses anti-vehicle mines not covered by the treaty. Anti-mine campaigners condemned Ukraine's decision to exit the treaty, following the example of 5 other European nations bordering Russia. The move opens the way to Ukraine increasing the deployment of ammunition that can maim civilians, including children, long after conflict subsides. The director of the international campaign to ban landmines, Tamar Gabalnik, told Reuters that Kyiv's decision would put civilians at risk for years.
Why would Ukraine want to copy the military tactics, the abusive, horrible military tactics of their enemy? Why would they want to stoop down to that level? Self-defense is obviously needed. Obviously, we want the best and the strongest possible defense for Ukraine, but this is not the way to do it. Mines that killed 85% of the victims are civilians is not the way to ensure the safety of Ukrainians.
Russia's defense ministry did not respond to a request for comment. Moscow has not confirmed it uses anti-personnel mines in Ukraine. Ukraine, however, said in July 2024 that nearly 300 Ukrainian civilians had been killed and over 1,000 others wounded by Russian mines. Neither country releases casualty figures for their own soldiers. Lawmaker Fedir Venezlavsky said the armed forces would use the munitions responsibly, and that Ukraine has regulations on the use of anti-vehicle mines, including mapping their locations.